Good morning. My name is Stephen Williams, and welcome to Recondition Your Condition. Thank you for joining me. And as you know, and if you don't know, I'm here for those who are waking up or those who recently have woke up, or for that matter, those who are awakened. And each time I come here, I'm here to bring a message. And as I have often stated, I'm not trying to get a large following. I'm not trying to get people to subscribe to me. I really don't care. My goal here is to bring a message because at one time I was where you are, trying to figure out where to go from here. That's why I'm here. And if you don't understand what I mean by this message is to those who are waking up or to those who are awakened, you don't understand that this message is not for you. Nevertheless, the title that I'm going to speak to you today, from the title of my message that I want to speak to you today, is When Love Calls, You Better Answer. You say, what do I mean by love? Well, first of all, let me explain something. As you all know, I've explained in one of my videos that what we commonly refer to, or who we commonly refer to as God, there's really no such thing as the word God. However, the majority of people on the planet have associated with God with being some type of being or some type of entity. So they call him God. And for those who are waking up, I use the terminology universe as opposed to God. But today I'm going to use the word God because I got to get this message to you. And if you came out of the Christian church like I did, or the Nation of Islam, or Buddhism, or Hinduism, or whatever religion you came out of, you are probably familiar with the word God. So for educational purposes, I'm going to use that word, and I'm going to use that word instead of the word universe. Now, you all know who came up in the Christian pantheon as I did. You all know that the scripture says God is love. Yeah, you know where I'm going. So when love calls, you better answer. You say, what are you talking about? Well, let me explain something to you. The reason why many of you all are here is because you have woken up. And the way you came to this awakening, for some of you all, it was a traumatic experience. It was an experience that brought you through much trouble, heartache, and pain. But you kept pressing forward because you were trying to get to something. You were trying to get to something that you believed that was going to cause you to be a blessing to not only you, but your whole entire family. So you kept pressing and you kept pressing because you said, I got to get to this. I got to do this. Many of you all, it was a business idea. It was an invention. It was a thought. It was something that you felt like that was going to drive you into your place, your calling, that it was going to take you where you wanted to go, and all your family and friends were finally going to see that you were not, and you are not a failure, and that there is something significant to your life. And although you have made mistakes, you're afraid that people are looking at you at the mistakes that you made. So that is a further driver to push you toward that successful event that you feel like you need to accomplish in your life. So you followed that event, and you followed it through all types of pain and suffering and challenges, loved ones dying, and relationships failing and children leaving. But you kept following it. You kept pushing. You pushed on. And it seemed like the event, the thing, the success that you were searching for, you reached out for it, and you just felt like it was going to be the significant difference that was going to prove to people that you were just not mediocre, that you truly are someone great and that you have a great message for others, but it didn't transpire like you wanted it to transpire. It didn't happen like you wanted it to happen. You find yourself that you found yourself still with normality. Oh, you see a few glimpses of success every now and then, but for the most part, everything was normal. But you were thankful anyway. And you hung on to your thankfulness of the things around you because you still know one day my family, my friends will know that I am the success because I'm not going to give up. That's what you're telling yourself. I am going to pursue this dream because I know God has something for me. And now here you on this precipice, your soul is beginning to see things that you've never seen before, to experience things that you never experienced before, and you wonder what is that? I'm experiencing, I'm hearing things that's causing my soul to acknowledge that what I'm hearing is true. What is this? You've crossed the threshold, and your soul is trying to bring you further. That's what it is. It is presenting itself in the form of something fantastic. It could be a relationship, it could be a job, it could be an event that you've experienced before, but yet it caused you heartache and pain. And you say, oh no, I'm not going down that road anymore. Oh no, no, I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going this way because I don't ever want to experience that pain and suffering. But yet, things keep happening and you keep learning and you keep growing. And events keep happening that you're trying to figure out, why does this stuff keep happening? Why is it seems like I'm doing well, then there comes a setback. You get up one morning and you go outside to get ready to go to work and to start your car, and the car won't start. So you hustle and bustle and try to get to work, and you get to work and you call a mechanic or a wrecker to come out and pick up your vehicle. They pick up the vehicle, take it to the auto mechanic. The auto mechanic go over and say, ma'am, it's okay. It was just something minor. Be all right. We'll get it back to you by the end of the day. And then when you thank God and you go back, you go pick up your vehicle, say, oh, I'm glad, I'm happy. That was the phone ringing. You say, why did that happen? I would have never figured that out. But something deep in your soul is telling you, God is trying to tell you something. That's the phone ringing. So you play it off. And one day you're at work and the phone, you get a phone call from school, and the teacher tells you, ma'am, you need to get to school. Something has happened to your child. You need to hurry up and get here. And you take off and you rush and you get there, and when you walk through the door, you find your child is laughing and joking and playing with all the other children. And the teacher or the nurse says, oh, he's okay. It was something, we thought it was serious, but he's okay. Phone is ringing. That's the phone ringing. And you sit back and you stop and say, what was that about? But something deep in your soul is telling you God is trying to tell you something. One day you're at the grocery store and you're just picking up grocery and buying things, and a young lady walk up to you and she lay her hand on your shoulder and she said, ma'am, you are truly blessed. God has blessed you tremendously. And you grinning from ear to ear, thank you, thank you. And the young lady walks off and you standing there thinking, God must have something great for me. I mean, for this person to walk up to me and don't even know me and tell me I must be a blessing to people. I am going to be a blessing. So you all get all lifted up. But later on, you thinking, what was that about? That's the phone ringing. That's the phone ringing. See, because the event that he or God has presented to you that you say you're not going there no more, you ain't going down that road no more, because you don't ever want to experience that type of trauma. You don't ever want to experience that type of event that throws you off and places you in an arena that you don't ever want to be or ever experience anymore because it was too difficult for you to get through it, but you made it. So you say, you blow it off. Like I said, it could be a relationship, it could be a job, it could be almost anything. But you say, I ain't going that road no more. I ain't going down that road no more. I know God is doing something great with me because I can sense it. I can feel it all over me. So I'm gonna keep on pursuing this thing that I want to do because I want to be successful so I can be a blessing to my family and I can share with them how to be a blessing to others and I can help other people and we can be a blessing and my name will be known amongst all my people of who I am, that I'm not a failure. So you continue along your journey. And as you continue along this journey, you are growing, you're moving, and you're recognizing things that you once did before, once experienced before, that it wasn't right, that you should have never experienced those things. Let's say religion. You're beginning to realize that religion wasn't exactly what you thought it was. But you say, I ain't going down that road no more. And I remember, and most of you all, I think most people have seen the movie The Matrix. And the specific scenes in that movie when Neo was getting certain signs that something was in his soul that was drawing him to another event, something special in life, something that he felt like was there and he kept ignoring. Like the time he was dreaming or he thought he was dreaming and he jumps up out the bed and then there comes a knock at the door and he goes to the door and these people are inviting him to a club or a party or something and he sees a rabbit on the shoulder, a tattoo of a rabbit on the shoulder of someone, and he saw that in the dream. So he accepts the invitation and he goes. So when he get there to the club, he meets Trinity. And Trinity shares with him a couple of things about his life. And it enthralls him, it draws him, it compels him. That was the phone ringing. So he goes to meet Morpheus. And when he sits down and meets Morpheus, and Morpheus doesn't tell him everything, but he tells him, if you go this route, it will be a route you've never gone before. So he offers him an opportunity. He gives him two pills and he say, take this one, and you'll just go back to your regular old life. The pill of familiarity. Take this one, it's going to take you on a journey that you've never been before. And you all know how the story ends because you all know what pill Neo took. You know what journey he took. And some people said Neo shouldn't have taken that pill. He should have stayed right where he was and enjoyed the the artificial trappings of this illusion we call Earth, and pursued his dreams here. But I think Neo took the right pill. He answered the phone. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna answer that phone? But let me finish. I've often told you all that sometimes I will use the Bible and scriptures in the Bible to explain or to make clearer things here that you can wrap your mind around. I believe it's the 12th book of Corinthians where the Apostle Paul, and I don't know if Paul wrote this scripture or not. I don't know who wrote it, but I know it makes sense. It makes sense now. It didn't make sense many years ago, but it was many years ago that I was able to determine what he was saying. When he starts talking about love, he gets to this particular line, and he says, now I see through a glass darkly, but then I shall know even as also I am known. Paul, the glass darkly is a mirror that he couldn't see clearly. He couldn't see through clearly. He said, but then I saw through the glass. I couldn't see myself, because if you looking at a mirror, you're looking in the mirror to see yourself. So he knew that he was looking in a mirror, and what he was trying to see was himself. He said, but then I shall know, even as also I am known. He shall know what? He shall know himself. When you wake up and you accept that phone that's calling, it is to bring you to the reality of who you really are. It's to cause you to look in that mirror and see yourself clearly for who you really are. And when you see yourself for who you really are and you answer the phone, it's going to take you on a path that you've never been before. Let me tell you what the Matrix didn't tell you and probably couldn't tell you. Answering that phone will bring you into your divinity. Answering that phone call will bring you into the knowledge of who you are. Answering that phone call will cause you to recognize the things around you are superficial, they're phony, they're artificial. Even the people around you, they haven't awakened. The ones you think love you will hurt you to your soul. Do you know why? It's because they haven't awakened. But God has given you an opportunity to answer that phone and step along this journey so you can wake up. And when you wake up, you will not just be waking up for you. You will be waking up for your entire family, your children, your mama, your daddy, your loved ones, your friends, because your life will have a greater impact than this little superficial stuff of the impact that you think you're going to make by pursuing this artificial stuff. So the last thing I want to tell you, you know the phone is ringing. What are you going to do? What do I suggest? Answer the phone. Because one thing I can tell you, God, the universe, will not fail you. Until next time, keep watching.